This is my sister's boyfriend story. This happened about 2 years ago in the summer. For some background information, my sister's boyfriend, let's call him Jake, worked for a construction company transporting building materials. He also worked as an ambulance driver at times, which was also owned by the construction company. He was employed there and had worked many late nights transporting excavated materials to different sites or deceased people to their relatives. He never even once encountered anything out of the ordinary, but it all changed one day. This guy never was a believer in the paranormal, yet he was kinda religious. Sometimes he would assist in carrying bodies, assisting in deliveries on the road, or even help in the morgue. This was one tough guy who never got easily scared. One night, he was driving back home after carrying an embalmed body to the funeral home. He couldn't leave until midnight for some reason, and he was pretty annoyed that it was almost 2 a.m., but he kept on driving. He recalled that he was humming some song to kill the boredom as he drove on the lonely roads, and there were no vehicles on the road except his van as he took the exit from the highway. When he neared a corner, he felt a kind of odd sensation, something he never felt before. The long winding roads kept on going, and it felt like it took forever to round every corner. This road that led straight to his neighborhood, which was only a couple of blocks away. It's taking forever, he thought to himself. As he turned a corner with a lot of trees around, he caught a small glimpse of something far up ahead. Something that looked all white that was on the side of the road. At first he thought somebody had hung a white sheet on a pole or something, yet a voice from deep within told him it's not. He felt this funny feeling in his gut. As he got closer, it was clear that this was a humanoid figure clad in complete white clothing, standing motionless at the side of the road, almost like a hitchhiker looking for a ride. He hit the brakes, bringing the vehicle to a stop almost a few feet behind the figure when he realized this thing, whatever it is, had no head or arms, just clothing worn by some invisible mannequin. It had no visible feature, no legs or anything. Just some kind of object covered in a traditional-looking white clothing from the 90s. He started to feel very cold at that moment. Alarm bells started going off in his mind as he was looking at this motionless figure that he couldn't comprehend. Something kept telling him that he was seeing something he was not supposed to. It felt absolutely wrong that he was there at that ungodly hour, breathing the same air as this entity, this unknown horror. Time rolled by, and he came to his senses from a sort of trance that he was in. His body kicked back into motion. He then rolled up his windows and slowly backed off by reversing the vehicle. And then when he was sure he was a football field length away from this thing, he put the vehicle in drive, turned on all the sirens and beacons, and released the clutch. The engine roared, quickly gaining momentum. He prayed to whatever gods he knew that this would be enough to scare the thing away. When there was less than 2 feet of distance between this entity and the ambulance, he saw this thing hovering slowly in the streetlight and then ascending to the skies rapidly. That's when he panicked, losing control, ramming into the light pole as he did so, pinning it onto the huge dirt mound, but it was not stopping him. He quickly reversed, hoping his van wouldn't break down, and it didn't. He took one look at the rear view mirror and saw nothing. It was so eerily quiet. The man had his gas pedal all the way down for the rest of the way. He had been hearing stories surrounding this particular stretch of road since childhood, but never believed in any of that. Since that day, he avoids driving through there after dark as he fears that this entity might return, and this time, there won't be no escaping it.